Ooh. Next bet will be you have to eat a tomato.
No. I'm tired of these bets. I keep losing.
Oh.
What just fell out? That was my wallet.
No. Oh my god, it actually is.
Oh my god, what do we do?
That's my license. Wait, we have to get that.
There's a little dock down there.
What just fell out?
I'm tired of these bets. I keep losing.
Oh.
What just fell out? That was.
What? How? What? I don't even know.
All right, I need you guys to do me a favor, all right? I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm trying to get sponsored by these homies. I gotta show my man Merc that I mean business. All right, I got $200 on CS:GO Live. This is not a gambling site; it's a case opening site. Okay, if you want to play, you can use code RAT to play. All right, so CS:GO Live code RAT. CS:GO Live, use code RAT if you want to play. If you don't want to play, then just say fuck me. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna open one case real quick. Okay, give me 1 sec. All right, this is a $120 case. Give me a sec. I'm opening the case. And I'm just gonna do one real quick. Just one real quick. Am I gonna win? That might have been that's a loss. That's a big loss. I just lost $100. Okay.
I thought he said it wasn't gambling. What?
We'll try again. I don't even have enough money for this shit.
Tano was in the Olympics skating for the gold. Did a two-step down and triple left while wearing a blindfold. Botano was in the Alps fighting grizzly bears. He uses magical fire breath and saved the maidens there. So let's all go together and unite to stop our mob. And we'll save Terrence and fill the crew. Run my time. We'll save Terrence.
Shaka. Moe. Nyan. Wow. Pia.
Holy shit.
Here is your Twitch.
That was great.
That was so good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, hey, it's your birthday apparently.
It's your birthday?
Yesterday.
Oh.
Happy birthday.
I'm forever 17. Forever 17.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, where's my one? Wait, what?
Second time.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we do email? Oh, is Loomies in my chat right now? Loomies. Nope. Okay. Alright, guys, if you see Loomies in chat again, I'm getting so many fucking emails about this. Tell Loomies to stop turning it to fucking emote only. I don't know why he does it, but so many people are mad as fuck. I don't want to be doing shit with my Twitch chat because I fucking hate all of you guys anyway, okay? But if you see Loomies, okay, tell him that the official word came down from the man himself. He needs to fuck off with the emote only stuff, alright? There you go. One problem at a time. Wait, what? Hold on. What does this mean? Isn't like mass shooting like well understood to be like one person that goes out on, or like two people not representative of like the state or government? I'm pretty sure you can simultaneously acknowledge that atrocities have happened and massacres have happened, but you wouldn't call them mass shootings. It doesn't really make sense, right? Like... Look, guys, we're starting to do it. We're starting to thread the line perfectly. Video gets posted to late-stage capitalism. Unless this guy changed his tune in the last few months, this guy is a capitalism apologist and a borderline fanboy. Look at that. We did it. We get posted to the left-leaning subreddits and the people know that I don't approve of their bullshit. Look at that, guys. Good job. Ah, some more X skills me autism. Things like this make me realize that Destiny will never understand that the social justice movement is fundamentally a leftist movement and can only be defended from a leftist framework. What, is he saying that Republicans don't care at all about social issues? Is that what he's saying? Republicans hate black people? Libertarian left is akin to Nazi SJW. It's not uncharitable to say the left opposes liberalism. Liberalism, founded on the ideas of liberty and equality, such as freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, free markets, civil rights, democratic societies, secular governments, gender equality, and international cooperation. Oof. Oof. When I think of freedom of religion, civil rights, secular governments, gender equality, and international cooperation, I definitely don't think of the left. Oof. Sweats to me. You have a different definition of the left-right scale. Please read the first few sentences here. This is why I don't usually use left-right. Whatever you're about to link me, I will disregard it immediately, because you understand that literally nobody agrees on what left or right means, right? On the global level, there is no firm consensus about their meaning. That's all I needed. No, Americans doesn't because they can't read? Nope. Pretty sure that's pretty ubiquitous around the world. That's like, wait, where are you from? I want to know what country you're from that you think that everybody in Europe has a consensus on what left and right means. I'm actually really curious. Let's look it up. Let's check the IP. It's the EU versus American definition, except even Europeans argue what it means to be left versus right, and even Americans argue about what it means to be left versus right. There is no universal definition of left and right. This is why I've abandoned political labels. You're lying to yourself if you honestly believe that there is an absolute 100% definition of what it means to be left versus what it means to be right. There's a huge fucking range. You're from Denmark? Oh, I don't know. Fuck all about Denmark. Maybe you guys have a consistent definition of left versus right, but people would disagree about fucking everything. And this is why I don't use political labels anymore. It's a massive fucking waste of time. It's a huge waste of time. There are no jokes here in WC, in Destiny GG chat. Kawasumi.
Red pill or blue pill? How about a cyanide pill, please? Free lol bomb Jin 1.
Well. Would using labels relatively be a better use? No, they're not worth it. It's not worth using a label ever. No conversation has ever been made easier by using a label ever. It's just not worth it. Even fucking libertarian doesn't mean anything these days, because a lot of people that identify as libertarian are harshly anti-immigration, which makes absolutely no, it's antithetical to being a libertarian. Like, so even like the label like libertarian doesn't mean anything. And I don't know what the fuck communist or socialist means anymore. I'm not even sure like how, I don't even know. Every single communist that's ever come on my stream, it's worse than the trans stuff, where every time I get a communist person on my stream, I get 50 million emails from every other communist telling about how every other communist that comes on the stream is wrong. It happened with trans issues too, where every time I had a trans person come on, I would get 20 emails like, oh, that trans person was so wrong about this and this and this, and every single person had like different ideas. So now I just don't use any of that fucking, no labels anymore. We just go from belief to belief, and then we just go from there. You've only talked to one communist if you count Irish Laddie. No, I've talked to Irish Laddie, and I talked to that dude from Lefty Poll, and I'm pretty sure there was one other guy that I talked to briefly during that monetary money bullshit. What is this autism? Every time I try to, why do some people, is this like the new like what is this? That people are so fucking driven into this modern monetary theory that has no real place in academia, that doesn't have any real big, like, economists. Is this literally just like the blogger monetary theory? Why do people feel so insanely fucking invested in this? I can't figure it out. I tried to Google a little bit about it, but there's like no big economist that's behind this. Apparently it's just like the mixture of like a few different like a different like Keynesian shit, and then like a couple other random things that, and then some stuff about banking, and they like act like it's the new like one, like I really don't understand like this is like one of the biggest circle jerks that I've seen, and I don't even see it that often. Like, look at how confident this guy is. Let me make sure. Okay, to have the conversation in any other fashion is akin to having a conversation about responses to climate change with a climate change denier. Like, Doug, we're talking about economics. What the fuck are you talking about right now? Like, things that are correct are indeed like things that are correct. Not all correct things enjoy particular groups' consensus approval at various times. Like, holy shit. People are, I don't understand why I have this community of people that are like ultra, and it's literally like, this is like the bloggers economics theory. Like, that seems to be like the only big names behind it are like bloggers. Like, that's it. But then anytime I see people post on it, they're literally like, Destiny, you can't understand anything about economics if you don't know about modern monetary theory, because it is the grand unifying theory of everything. Like, holy shit. Okay. It is a complete description of how sovereign currency issues who supply fiat money operate. I'm just saying that if you conflict with your conflict with X kills me stems from your definition of the left. He says the left is socialist and you say no. He is correct by definition if you go by the EU definition. You're telling me that if I ask anybody in the United Kingdom what it means to be a lefty or a leftist or a left-leaning, they'll say, oh, that means that you're a socialist? Is that actually true? Or if I ask the one guy from Germany, if I ask anybody educated in any of these areas, if I go, oh, you're left, they'll say, oh yeah, left, like socialist. That's true, 100%, and all across Europe. That if you're left, you're socialist, and not like whatever socialism like you think it means. Or are you using a different definition of socialism, like? Where is option select? What do you, when you say that, what do you mean by socialism? Are you just saying that they're for like a little bit of government redistribution? Or do you mean like... what are we defining as socialism now? Because if you say that, like, oh, well, people in the left, when you say left in Europe, you mean socialist. And I'm like, no? And you're like, well, yeah. And I go, okay, well, what do you mean by socialist? I go, well, when I say socialist, I mean that somebody that's generally in favor of more, like, redistributive policies from the government. Okay, so not socialist. You just mean, like, somebody that's in favor of more government control, or maybe, I don't know, social democrat or democratic socialist. These are two different things. Like, I don't, but that's not socialism. That's a different thing, right? Destiny, exactly. Okay, so while we're getting super hung up on what it means to be left, we actually need to get hung up on what you mean by socialist. I guess. I don't know. The American meme socialism you talk about isn't even a thing in your... Wait, what is the American meme socialism? Isn't socialism built on the common ownership of the means of production? That no private person can own, like, resources? Isn't that the whole point behind socialism? Isn't that, like, the big meme? Maybe it's not. I don't know. Okay, let's fucking read. Socialism is a range of economic and social systems characterized by social ownership and democratic control of the means of production, as well as the political theories and movements associated with them. Okay, so when you say socialism, you're not talking about this. You're talking about, like... No, that's communism? I thought that was socialism. I thought communism is when you get to, like, the abolition of the government. Or the abolishment, I'm sorry. If you were talking about socialism in the EU, it's actually democratic socialism? Holy shit. And this is different than social democracy, right? Democratic socialism is a political idea that advocates political democracy alongside social ownership of the means of production. On the emphasis on democratic management of enterprises. What does that mean? That means no private businesses? Isn't socialism a softer version of communism? I thought communism implied... No, I should just read fucking... If I read this guy's fucking shit, I have a feeling none of you fuckers have read this anyway. At least that's what people tell me. The 99% of people that talk about Marx never read. Should I just, like, read... What is it called? Like, Das fucking Struggle or Das Kapital? Mein Kampf? Mein Kapital? How long is this shit? If I were to actually fucking read this, is this gonna be like 1,000,000 fucking pages? Is Destiny fucking retarded right now? Can't be the first time understanding there are branches of socialism coming. Never mind. Okay. That's my whole fucking point. That's why I'm saying that, like, I think it's retarded to try to hardcore define, like, left or right. Because every time we do, there's like a million fucking definitions that stem from that. Oh, left destiny? Huh, no, left is very well understood. Left means socialist. Oh. So you like want to abolish like private ownership? No, Destiny! So you're an idiot. Socialism can actually mean a million different things. Okay, well then what the fuck is the point of using this as a label, right? If you're a scientist, the reason why we label things and categorize things is to give us a better understanding of what, right? Like if you look at like the, is it called taxonomy of like an animal, and you go down further and further and further, the labels that you give like will describe things. Like if you're like, hey, like this is like a modern internet person talking about politics, like working as a scientist, like, oh, that creature, oh, that's an invertebrate mammal. Like, oh, an invertebrate, but it seems like it has like a really stable spine, and it actually like lays eggs and shit. Dude, not every single invertebrate has to be the same way, okay? There are different types, okay? Some of them, okay, have very strong backbones, and some of them lay eggs, and some of them, you know, spontaneously create children, okay? There's a lot of differences. Okay, well then, why do we use these? Then why do we use these labels at all? Just because, okay? Because we use them. Because we need them. Like, do you like my 4-banger outside? Your 4-banger? I thought that had a V8. Okay. It's got 4 more cylinders than most have, okay? It's on a spectrum, dude. Okay. Then why call it that? Dude, you're so dumb. You're so dumb, man. You're so dumb. Left means socialism, okay? Not socialism, but kind of like it a little bit. It's got some stuff in common with it. Also, you're wrong. Okay. This is retarded. I don't talk about this shit. Nope. This is why I don't do political labels. This is why we don't do labels, all right? Social okay, so what's the difference between a democratic socialist and a social democracy? Come on, dude. I'm willing to bet you that there are people that are social democrats that disagree on what it means to be a social democrat with other social democrats. And there are probably people that are democratic socialists that disagree about what democratic socialism is with whatever they're democrat. Fuck this shit. This is retarded. This is a waste of fucking time. Do you understand how much of a fucking time waste this is? Fuck this. No, we're done. We're moving on with this shit, okay? We're done. I feel like I'm going through, like, subgenres of electronic music. That's what it feels like right now. I really like, I like post-core, screamo, like Under Oath. That's not post-core, okay? That's post-rock hardcore screamo. You fucking inbred. You're so stupid. You don't even know what these bands are. Like, okay. My bad. Benjamin Franklin hated many of the people you consider white. It doesn't sound like at all, but he interested in history at all. In a 1751 short essay titled Observations Concerning the Increase of Mankind, Peopling of Countries, etc., Franklin wrote, bam, okay. Don't donate. What are you donating?
Closing parenthesis.
Nice smiling face. I'm an anarcho-social democrat. What would an anarcho-social democrat be? We could just invent and mix and make our own political labels. I'm gonna start doing that. We should just invent like our own like political labels. You kind of seem like a classical neo-Marxist to me. I'm gonna start using those insults on Twitter. Lawrence Southern definitely comes off as kind of like I would say like a neo-paleo conservative-esque type of classical anarcho-liberal. Why do you hate the gray background so much, Reacher? I love the gray background. It's gentle on the eyes, okay? I think when you people, especially Scandinavians, talk about socialism as left, they mean stuff like pro-government, healthcare, education, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but that has nothing to do with socialism, right? Do you understand how irritating it is for somebody to come up to me and say, Destiny, you're using these labels all wrong. You're being very stupid. In Europe, left is socialism, dude, which is what X Skills Me is talking about. And you're like, okay, X Skills Me is talking about socialism. You're talking about socialism that is something that is totally different. Whatever the fuck you're saying socialist is, it's not whatever the fuck you're saying it is. Being like pro-large government is not socialist. It has nothing to do with each other. It's completely different things. They are still social policies. That's like saying, like, what did you learn today in school, Timmy? Oh, we're learning all about socialism. What? What do you mean? Yeah, we have a class. It's called social studies. We learn all about socialism in it. Like, do you care more about like economic issues? Do you care about social issues? I care about socialist issues because I'm a socialist. Like, just because the words are like the same doesn't mean they're the same definition. I'm pretty sure calling large government socialist is more of an American thing than a European. All right. Thomas Jefferson quote on changing the Constitution. I'm not an advocate. All right. Okay. Panel 4 of what? Inscriptions under the dome. Oh, at the Jefferson Memorial. Oh, in a letter to Samuel Kercheval. Fuck me, dude. On a related point, our rights do not come from God. They come from something greater than man. This is our... This is what is meant. This is what is meant by natural rights. People are endowed by their creator in the Declaration of Independence. How did we spell this shit-ass fucking word? Yahweh? Yahweh. If you guys will watch me do this shit, I could go back to college. You guys can help me with my fucking... You guys would be embarrassed to see how little effort I put into school compared to this shit. Oh man, dude. If I would have known that school could have helped me be a better debater, I would have been an A+ fucking student. I would have had a 4.0 GPA. Bonus counterclaim. The Federalist Papers were written in an attempt to unify the people of New York, not to establish that no immigrants could be allowed into the country. Of course, the writers are trying to make the people sound as unified as possible. It was borderline propaganda. Okay. Argument number 3. Fundamentally changing the public to win votes argument. Argument. There is a political incentive to change the composition. There is political incentive. There is political incentive to change the composition of the American public by importing people who will vote a certain way. This is not a legitimate way to win seats in government or other political power. Counterclaim. The Constitution sets forth rules by which people are allowed to vote. If you don't like the process of letting naturalized citizens vote, then your issue is with the Constitution, not any changing demographic. This is something that I've heard quite often, and I think that this can be philosophically rejected. I've heard a lot of people say, like, well, if you bring in other Americans to change the way people vote, that's not right. But I mean, if they're brought here and naturalized, then they're considered Americans. They're not considered immigrants anymore. Immigrants aren't allowed to vote, right? Would it be cool to see Spite play StarCraft against Destiny? I haven't played in so long. I'd probably lose to her at this point. Immigrants importing their problems are. Can you imagine how autistic it would be if I was trying to do like an engineering degree or some shit? How many fucking arguments we would have over my fucking homework? Holy shit. All right, guys. So here's what we have for our engineering problem today. How many fucking different people in chat would be like screaming at each other for what the correct solution should be? I think I would fucking kill myself. Argument. People immigrating from countries with severe problems are likely to bring those problems to the United States. If we bring too many immigrants from if we bring in too many immigrants from any other country with severe problems, from any country with severe problems, a sufficient number of those immigrants could cause the United States to resemble the countries they came from. One cannot divorce a country's people from its problems. I would T4 sub for a year to watch you do comp sci degree. Oh, somebody messaged me something. Hold on. Oh, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Somebody messaged me something about, oh, where was it, Aaron? What did I tell you about recently? Somebody like emailed me something like, I can help you with your internet problems or something. I have a comp sci degree. I don't know, it was something like that. It was like so bizarre. Fuck, I'm not gonna remember what it was. Maybe I'll do my email today. I've got 30 I need to do. Oh shit, I was supposed to do an eye doctor appointment today. God damn it. I'm too lazy. I'm not doing it. Never mind. I might, if I play poker in Vegas, I hate not being able to see. It's so annoying. I have to ask for like a seat like right in front of the cards. Family Eye Care Center. Pearl Vision. Target Optical. What's like a good place to go to, do you think? I hate contacts. I'm too much of a baby. Live stream programming? If I were to stream programming, we would never make it past class selection because nobody would even agree on what I need to take. Hey, would it be possible to schedule an appointment today?
For today?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately not, but we do have some openings on Monday.
Gotcha. Okay. If I can't find anything today, I'll call you on Monday. Or I'll call you later. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. I don't fucking know these fucking shitters. Are these guys even fucking trying? Are they even trying to get my business? Alright, I'm calling one other person. If they don't have appointments today, then you can't say I didn't try. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just curious. Is it possible to schedule an appointment for today? Yeah, sure thing. God damn it. No. No. There's no way. Same day appointment? Calling at noon? No way. No way. Not possible. Oh, dude, if I got a political science degree, that would be sick as fuck. That's okay. I kind of had like a random trip that just came up. I was seeing if I could get one before this Sunday, but that's okay. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye. How does it take you 20 minutes to find you don't have an appointment? All right, well, we tried. Okay, we're good. Stop it. Okay. Immigrants alone do not have the power to bring structural problems from their country to the United States, and this has never been sufficiently demonstrated. Counter argument: one needs to demonstrate Mexicans bring Mexican problems into the country for this argument to be true. How about immigrant? One needs to demonstrate immigrants bringing immigrant problems into this country for this argument to be true. The opposite can be shown to be true. The opposite, however, can be shown as true. That immigrants tend... Wait. That Emerson... Yeah, sure. No, that doesn't make sense. Immigrants appear to not bring their problems with them, however, according... How about we put the however first? However, immigrants appear to not bring their problems with them. Immigrants appear... How about immigrants do not? What does this appear not to? Immigrants do not bring their problems with them, according to most data. Okay, fuck. I already know the example he'll use to demonstrate that. Oh, you can tell me, but there's no way. We're past single examples at this point. According to a 2015 report from the American Immigration Council, immigrants are less likely to commit crime than the native-born. We can change this to 8. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh shit, I'm gonna get one of those eye tracker things, guys, okay? Bum.
Hello.
Hello. The 2010 census data reveals that incarceration rates among the young, less educated Mexican, Salvadorian, and Guatemalan men who make up the bulk of the unauthorized population are significantly lower than the incarceration rate among native-born young men without a high school diploma. In 2010, less educated native-born men aged 18 to 39 had an incarceration rate of 10.7%, more than triple the 2.8% rate among foreign-born Mexican men, and 5 times greater than the 1.7% rate for foreign-born Salvadorian and Guatemalan men. This all come from this source? 2010. Yes, okay. There should be quotes around this. Foreign-born Latin Americans are less than half as likely to be incarcerated as native-born white people. Damn! I love that stat. because I know he's going to bring up. I know he's going to bring it up. I know what he's going to do. After I bring up this, after I bring up the fact that immigrants are less likely to commit crime than Americans, I'm going to bring this up first. And he's going to go, okay, well, what if we only go by people coming from south of the border, not from Europeans, but if we only talk about like Latino immigrants? And then he'll say like, and what if we don't factor in black people? Okay, because fuck the blacks. And I can go, well, funny you bring that up, because foreign-born Latin Americans are less than half as likely to be incarcerated as native-born white people. Oof. That's a money source, dude. Let me just read this chart again just to make sure I have this right. I don't want to fuck this. I don't want to fuck this up. So males aged 18 through 39, we have foreign-born Latin Americans versus native-born U.S. whites. And 0.99% of foreign-born Latin Americans are incarcerated versus 1.71% of U.S.-born white people. Yep. We can throw on... Well, I don't think that less than half, though, is correct. I shouldn't say that. That actually includes Puerto Ricans, which I don't know if they can even... I don't know if Puerto Ricans should actually count as foreign-born. We'll say it, though, because that actually brings that number up pretty significantly, because Puerto Ricans are dramatically overrepresented here in pretty high numbers. And this is according to policefoundation.org. What is this? What is this source? This is from the Police Foundation, Undocumented Immigration and Rates of Crime and Imprisonment, Popular Myths and Empirical Realities. Holy shit. Walked 1,160 kilometers to draw Hatsune Miku on the GPS map. Jesus Christ. Did you read the BuzzFeed article about Milo? I was going to, but that was a hella long article, dude. We probably, I'll read it after this, though. Apparently it's really, really well done. So, after we finish this, I'll read it. After we finish this and tweet our buddy. Do you think my internet problems are fixed? Let's check. Hold on. This is probably gonna lag my stream for a sec. Oh, I can't do the test actually while I'm streaming. Just kidding. Never mind. Steven should have a requirement for people that I debate to have a degree? What? I don't have any degrees. How could I possibly make that a requirement of people that I debate? Did the guy already come out? Oh no, I haven't tweeted it yet. Let me finish this. Let's go. We're halfway. We're so close to done.
My dude, what are you doing? Also, am I wrong to like my former British Empire with strong opinions and facts?
What? Discord privacy issues? Wait, what? Okay. This is source 9. Do I have to put footnotes at the bottom? No, they can just click shit. Even illegal immigrants commit less crimes than natives. Do you think I can source the Cato Institute, or will he claim it's libertarian propaganda? I feel that fucking song stuck in my head so hard. We could probably dig through where they get these numbers and source those directly as well. Few prisoners are under the age of 18, but many mental health juveniles, few immigrants are elderly, so narrowing the age range does not exclude many individuals from our analysis. Our count of all prisoners between the ages of 18 and 54 is 8% below natives, and our results include both those born in the U.S. and those born in. There were an estimate 2 million in the incarceration. Author's analysis of the American Community Survey data. It would actually be really nice if we could source this ourselves. American Community Survey, 2016 data release. Oh, a lot of this hasn't been released yet, so we'll go to 2015. Wait, can you not just look at this? Do you have to like order it? No, fuck that. If you're interested in league gameplay, why would you watch Destiny and a real league streamer? Because they want to see the climb to Masters, my dude. Where are we at? Diamond 4, 63. I'm getting Diamond 3 before the season ends. I know I will, okay? Okay, never mind. We're going to assume that. In a Cato report titled Criminal Immigrants, Their Numbers, Demographics, and Countries of Origins, even illegal immigrants commit less crime than natives with 8 points. Oh my god. Oh, I almost knocked this over. Wait, this is in the wrong area. Fuck. Crime has always been highly correlated with geography and income. Across all races and all levels of income, with the exception of Hispanics. Always seem to be fairly underrepresented. Good job, Hispanics. According to a US DOJ report, household poverty and non-fatal violent victimization. Not you, Hey Gonzalez, you disgusting weeb fuck. Are you gonna publish this whole article? I guess I could. I don't know. Oh, I could throw it on my website. No, that's okay. I mean, I'll just make this shareable probably. After looking at the full Pixel 2 reveal, it's so underwhelming. It's honestly shit. What do you mean? It uses the 835. It's relatively stock Android. The camera seems to be really good. I don't know what else you would expect. It seems to be okay, I guess. I really don't like the way that it looks. I understand that cell phone manufacturers are trying really, really hard to set themselves apart because everything is kind of coalescing into the same form factor. Well, maybe not form factor, but like the same kind of like physical appearance and the same specs in terms of like the screen maximizing the front of the phone and everything. But I'm not a big fan of like the color scheme, the color of the button and everything. It's brave. I mean, they try to stand out, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just not. I don't know. I don't like it that much. Nothing is better than the Note 8. Well, so unfortunately, the Note 8 is made by Samsung. Man, I'm never going to buy another Samsung phone. I thought I could do it. I like my Galaxy S8 Plus, but I don't like the bloatware, dude. I can't do it. I'll wait longer next time for a better phone. I don't like Samsung shit. I don't like their shit software, dude. I'm tired of that. I don't like the Bixby button. I don't like all the... I guess if you're going to buy the device and wait a while for a rootkit or something, maybe, but I don't know. I just don't like it. I want a stock Android phone. Or at least you can turn off the Bixby button. Wait, is there like an update for that? What would you get besides the iPhone? I don't know. It's probably up between the Pixel, the iPhone, and maybe maybe the oh, maybe the next Nexus phone? I don't know. I'm not sure. The iPhone X is shit. Worse specs on the S7? Is it? How? You can get an iPhone 8 and enjoy how buggy iOS 11 is. I bet that a buggy iOS is probably more reliable than a functional Android. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. The iPhone specs are just so retardedly good. And unlike most Apple shit, it doesn't seem like they're crazy overpriced. What is the iPhone 7 gonna sell for? Oh, the Nexus line is discontinued? Well, never mind. Less than 800 bucks? This is cheaper than my S8 Plus. Is this an S7? Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. How can you complain about bloatware on a Samsung and like iPhones that make 0 sense? What? What bloatware is on an iPhone? Oh, 7 is last year. It's iPhone at 8 is the one coming out. Everything is bloatware on an iPhone? Okay, I have a feeling you've never used an iPhone in your entire life, but okay, never mind. Alright, we can circle jerk. Okay, men versus women, incarceration rates. Why would you get a phone with a 720p display? Wait, is that serious? The iPhone 8 display is 720p? What is this? Too memey. If you have an S8 Plus, why do you need a better phone? No, I don't. I'll probably keep this one for a while. I just really don't like Samsung's fucking bloated fucking ass cancer. It's really, really, really irritating. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to take a lot of you guys' opinions seriously, but so many of you are fucking retarded. Like, I see that thing popular. Like, a lot of people like iTunes is really cancerous, and then when you turn on their computer, they're using, like, Winamp or Windows Media Player, and it's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, shit, I gotta pay another $30 for my Windows Media Player from the Windows Store to get all the features. I don't even know that's true. Never mind, but anyway, regardless. Okay. If you've never used iTunes, you won't know. I tried to use iTunes one time in 2007, and when I plugged, because I bought an iPod, when I plugged my iPod into my computer, and then I opened iTunes, iTunes somehow automatically started to relabel and retag every single song I had, and all of my uploads on Oink were fucked because of it, and then I uninstalled iTunes, and I never fucking used it again. I was done forever. I got, I think there's something called Foodop, is the plugin that you use, I think, for Foobar 2000, and I use that as my iPod manager after that. If there's one piece of software you should pay for, it's the operating system. Yeah, I don't like the new direction that Windows is taking their shit, where everything is free. I would like to pay. I would pay $200 for an operating system that's just a dedicated OS. Everybody's trying to pull you into their fucking ecosystem, like, but that's like the new meme. That's like the new buzz thing of like 2015 onwards is your ecosystem, right? Now that I'm on Windows, you gotta have the fucking everything's got like the Windows stores everywhere. I've got Cortana that's like forcibly integrated into the machine, and I can't get rid of it. Like everything is trying to like sell you some shit. Like, just let me pay $200 for an operating system that is just a standalone OS that doesn't try to rope me into any type of store environment or any type of ecosystem. Like, I just want to buy the OS and have my OS function as an operating system. Like, it's really annoying that yeah. You can use Ubuntu and you can use a Razor Blade. All right, let's do this. Restricting amendment by far, immigration seems to not impact crime rates in large cities. There's PowerShell scripts to remove everything. Okay, but I don't want to do that. Do you understand how irritating this? Firstly, you're telling me that I've got to work to mod my own OS to make it not function as a store front, right? And then every time you do any of those edits, you've got to worry that a Windows update is going to roll it back, or a Windows update is going to reinstall shit or fuck up or glitch because of it. Like, I don't want to fuck with that shit, dude. Nah. Wait, is this not downloading? Whatever. Can you explain what you mean by bloatware on Samsung? I've never had an issue with the S7 being laggy because of anything that came with it. I just like to have my shit organized. So like right now on my Samsung phone, hold on. Okay, so on my second screen, I made a new folder called Samsung Programs, okay? For like shit that I can't get rid of. Okay, so Samsung has like a built-in calendar thing. I don't want this. Let me delete this. Samsung has like a built-in keyboard, and you've got to download like the Google keyboard in order to get a real keyboard for the phone because the default one is shit. It's got like these default Galaxy apps. It's got a default browser. It's like just these like weird random default programs that there's no way to like get rid of them from your phone. There's a whole button on the side of the phone that's dedicated to this Bixby shit. Apparently you can turn it off now. I guess I'll look for that, but you still can't. I guess I have to update it. Like. That kind of shit is just annoying. I don't like, you can disable or change all the things you're complaining about. That's the beauty of Android. No, that's the shitty part of Android, is that you cannot always disable all the things you're talking about. I know, because on the first day I got this phone, you can go into your, fuck, I don't even know how to find it again. There's a way to go into all of your, settings, apps. So I can go into my apps, and I can look at a lot of these apps, and I can't disable them. Like Bixby Global Action. There's no uninstall here. I can like force stop it like while it's working, but like Bixby Voice. I don't have an option to uninstall this. The default calendar program. Open. Nope. No option to uninstall this. Like a lot of these like things that come with the phone, you can just never get rid of. You can try and like hide them and shit, but you can never. Finder. I don't know what the fuck this shit is. Gear VR service, maybe to make it work for VR. I can't get rid of this shit. Like, I know, it's just annoying. I just don't want all this random fucking shit on my phone. Samsung Connect? I don't know what the fuck this is. I can't get rid of this. Samsung Pay Framework? I don't know what the fuck this is. I can't get rid of this. I don't know, it's just annoying. Have you tried moving the icon into the trash can? You can hide it in the top right corner, but I don't want to hide shit. Do you understand? If I have like a Pixel, I'm assuming that on like the Pixel, like I have everything is just stock Google apps and you can get rid of anything you don't want rather than having like, oh, by the way, these are the default apps that come with the phone. Welcome to have them for the rest of your life. Like, you can if you root the phone. Yeah, but I don't want to go through that shit. Dude, I rooted, I don't know, man. Maybe if you guys are like computer pros or experts, you've got like a million
Destiny,
fucking hours.
You know who I love? It's you, little buddy. All you.
Thanks.
Best senpai.
Bonus meme, you suck, Dougazzy. Fuck you. If that's like your thing, like that's cool. But like, I remember I rooted my old HTC phone. Dude, there were like a million fucking things that I don't know what the fuck is safe to delete or not. Like, holy shit. And then it's also just a whole bunch of work. I don't want to risk breaking my phone. I don't want to have to go through all that fucking work. Like, just give me a stock phone, you know? Is there a Linux for iPhones or for phones that would be dank? There was something. I remember I have something on my iPod called Rockbox. That was the shit. But I don't think they make anything like that for phones. Destiny, I have a Samsung Galaxy and rooting it took a few minutes. I deleted those apps. Stop being lazy. Stop being a cancerous fucking consumer, dude. You're paying $800 fucking dollars for a phone and you think it's acceptable that you should have to like download a fucking rootkit in order to have access to delete the software on it? Fuck that shit. What song was this? It was probably the Washington song. If it was from the stream earlier when we were driving, I'm pretty sure that's the only one I listened to. There you go. We're going to listen to it again. This is our new song forever until I get bored of it. You mean exactly like you have to do on an iPhone? Do you have to root iPhones? I don't know much about. I know that the iOS like user interface is the best there is, and I know that right now the hardware appears to be the best there is. I don't know in terms of like the software if it's super cancerous or not. I haven't heard those complaints except usually from people that have never used an iPhone before, but so I don't know. It's really hard to figure out like phone shit because there's so many retarded fucking fanboys on both sides. It's really hard to get good opinions. 95% of the shit that people say about Apple online are from retarded fucking dipshits that hardly even know how to use any hardware at all that will sit there and like give their like massively unfounded opinions on it. So I don't know. You bring up a good point that you shouldn't pay $800. I was merely telling you that it's possible and easy to delete apps. I don't want to root my fucking phone. I just don't feel like doing it, dude. I mean, I'm sure you could do it, but I can't do it using the stock software. Like, fuck. It feels weird that you'd go the extra mile to delete and overclock a CPU but not root a phone. That's because I've got a lot of experience with like building computers. I feel more comfortable. I don't know fucking anything about phone. I just don't. I don't know much about phones. So I don't feel as comfortable working on them. I made Erin replace my fucking screen. Like, or not made her, but she offered to. But like, that would have taken a lot of research. I don't know. I just don't feel as comfortable on phone shit. I just want to buy something that works without having to dig a bunch into it. And like I said, I had my one rooting experience. I rooted my old HTC One, and even after rooting it, I couldn't do anything because I didn't know. Like, I remember that I rooted it. This is what I remember. After getting my phone rooted, I remember opening it up and thinking like, oh, cool, I'm gonna go uninstall all the shit that I don't need. And then like I opened the thing. You ever open a list of programs, and then like you look at the sidebar, and your bar is like this? There's like 27 million fucking things on the phone. It's like, fuck, I don't know what I can delete from this. And everything will be called like HTC One XD, like, or B, like 47 dot whatever. And it's like, I don't know if I can delete this shit or not. Like, fuck, I don't know what's gonna kill what's gonna literally brick the fucking phone. Fuck that shit. That's why I got an iPhone. I just want a fucking usable phone, not fucking with ROMs all goddamn day. Yeah, like maybe if I maybe it was like hardware. If I was like hardcore into phones, maybe I would. Like I'll buy the best hardware and then root it and customize the fuck out of it. But phones are not what I deal with. Like I'll do that with computers because this is my platform and this is what I enjoy working with. But on a phone, I just want to buy something that works perfectly out of the box, right? That's like I'm literally I'm like the perfect Apple customer there, right? Insofar as their marketing philosophy goes, I'll pay like a premium to not have to fuck with any crazy retarded shit. Yeah, I don't know. He's getting too old to tinker shit? No, I can tinker. I just don't want to tinker with fucking everything, dude. Do you not see the difference? Like, if I go to the fucking store, I don't want to buy a chair that's really uncomfortable out of the box, but if you've got like a machining workshop in the back, you can carve it out to be the perfect chair ever. Like, I don't want to, it's a fucking chair. I don't want to do that with chairs. I don't want to buy a pair of shoes where you've got to make like somebody that's like 7'2" wear them and jog around the block with them 15 times in order to break them in just perfectly for the, I want to buy shoes that work, right? I'm not going to work with it. Or you buy clothes, like these are the best pants, but you have to buy them really long because they use the best materials and then you tailor them shorter. Like, I just want to buy pants that, like, you understand? I don't want to tinker with every single fucking little thing in my life. And the 99% of you guys don't even tinker with even phones as much as I probably do. So it's like triply ironic that you would act like the average consumer is competent enough. I guarantee you that half you fucking retards would probably break your fucking phone trying to root it, right? Like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? Oh, okay. Well, it says that it's rooting right now. I unplugged it. Oh, I gotta call my mom real quick. While I'm bored, I'm going out. Like, fuck off, dudes. I like how you guys are acting like the average fucking phone consumer, or even the average Android user, is this like techno fucking computer engineer that's sitting here like with their fucking soldering kit, like, oh yeah, I'm just changing out the processor on my new phone because I'm a literal fucking PhD computer theoretical knowledgeist. I'm like, come on, dude, like. All right, can I just finish this? Gee, you guys are distracting the fuck out of me. Okay. Jail is much worse for women than men? Wait, really? Alright, I don't care about this. What is BOP? What department? What does it stand for? Bureau of Prisons. Oh, nice. What if I end up bringing up a point and I inadvertently start like some like new political shit? Like if I bring up like, hey, like if you want to bring over good immigrants that don't commit crime, you should really only bring over women because men are the ones that commit most crimes. What if I start like, and there's like a bunch of people, like how many groups get hit positively by that? Like, holy shit. So Destiny has a way that we can bring over unviolent immigrants. So getting rid of all men, only bring over women. That increases the women to men ratio, which makes it easier for all of us to get laid. So now the incel guys and everything come over to my immigration platform. This is actually the best idea ever. There's actually an issue in Princeton where the black community was furious they were letting in so many Nigerians since they didn't represent American blackness. Really? You're missing the word probability. Wait, what? Oh. Educational attainment in the United States 2015 shows that 60... Wait, what does this mean? 60.9... Okay. If we look at this, this says that... Wait, hold on. Okay, advanced degree. Educational attainment of the population aged 25 and older by age, sex, race, and Hispanic origin, and other selected characteristics. Oh, wait, hold on. This was one of our links that I think didn't go where we wanted it to go. Oh, yeah. Fuck. I have these backwards. So, educational attainment of the foreign-born population from Africa. Okay, so these are immigrants. Right, okay. And then what did we have for this here? Educational attainment in the United States. Did you see that you're still ripping JonTron even now? Really? Why did we have... I don't remember where we had this quoted. I'll just leave it up in case we need it somewhere. Educational attainment. Okay. Otis Lunchbox. I can't tell if you have terminal Down syndrome or not, but I hope the best for you, okay? Good luck, my dude. You're gonna make it. Whatever you're fighting right now, you can be a warrior. You can get through it, okay? Okay, we're over halfway through this. Whoa. Have you heard anything regarding the social cohesion and immigration argument? Yeah, I have everything. Almost every single fact that he brought up was taken out of context or incorrect. Actually, I think every single thing, every point he brought up pretty much was. Maybe one or two weren't. But yeah, I've got great stuff for the social cohesion shit. Like, stuff that I couldn't even imagine would be so great. We can scroll down to it. Like, so, for the social cohesion argument, he cited one person. He cited Robert Putnam, right? And he said Robert Putnam did a really big study that showed that social cohesion breaks down when people are more diverse, right? So, and I didn't know anything about Putnam or his work, so I conceded that point. Oh, okay, yeah, that might be true, right? The funny thing, though, is that Putnam makes the same arguments that I do. So Putnam says that there is problems in the short to medium term about social cohesion when you've got higher diversity, right? But he said that the benefits in the medium and long term made it worth overcoming them in the short term. He felt so strongly about this that when the University of Texas at Austin had somebody bring a case against them that went all the way to the Supreme Court about affirmative action policies, his research was quoted by the person who was against affirmative action, and Putnam himself entered a brief into the Supreme Court where he defended affirmative action policies and whatnot based on his idea that racial diversity was an overall net positive for the country. Like, literally, like, stuff that's, like, so perfect that, like, I couldn't even write it. So Putnam literally enters a brief into the Supreme Court making the same argument to Fuentes that I was trying to make, right? That there are some problems in the short and medium term, but in the long term, the overall diversity benefits the population such that the problems should be overcome. So, yeah, we have great stuff for that, too. Okay, where are we? When is your next debate happening? I don't know, I need to message him today. I need to finish this. Wow, Luigi, can't welcome to tier 4 Cyber Clever, buddy. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go back to this.
Yep.
What is the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis? What does this mean? Does every state... I don't understand what this means. Is this just like the name of their... like a bank of ideas? Every state doesn't have its own bank, right? Like that doesn't make sense, right? What does that mean? It's a branch of the Federal Reserve? There are several... Okay. So it's just an extension of the Federal Reserve, right? It's a marketplace of ideas. Okay. Gotcha. This guy can't talk to me because he doesn't have a microphone and because he broke his phone. Okay. All right. Okay, okay, Otis, I'm assuming you're listening. I'll address some of the things you're saying. I can't tell if you're trolling or not. I really honestly can't tell. But okay. It just sucks because obviously Steven is smart, but his ego gets in the way. and his lack of technical training hurts him when he wants to get into discussions like this. So reading your examples, the Nigerian degree thing, an easy counter to this is, of course the ones that made it to the US are more educated, or else they wouldn't have made it. That doesn't support his argument, that supports mine. Our whole argument right now is he's trying to say that black people shouldn't be allowed to come to the United States, only European ones. If he concedes that, well, really educated people can come from Africa to help the United States, then that destroys his whole Eurocentric argument. So you're the one that's completely misunderstanding the topic here, or not arguing, or not understanding what you're even arguing in favor of. At Tangerines, he just lists facts without understanding why, and it's kind of cherry picking without thinking about counter arguments. I haven't cherry picked any of my data. I've done all of the searching on stream. I've literally streamed like the 20 hours plus we've put together this document for, and all of my searches have been pretty neutral. Like we're searching for like economic data on immigrants. I've got a plethora of sources in here. If there's something that I'm wrong on, then I don't know how it's possible that I've missed. Like name one field here where you think I've totally missed the truth part, right? I think we've gotten pretty close to what are truthful statements in here. If I've missed something, I can't imagine what I've missed. If I have, feel free to point it out instead of just speaking in generalities. Just listing some facts doesn't make you right. You aren't explaining why. I mean, this is just an outline that I'm using to source facts. I mean, I've already gone through all my explanations. If there's something you don't understand, I can explain it to you, but... You'll delid a CPU for 2 extra frames? When you delid when you delided Haswell and Ivy Bridge CPUs, you were doing it to save 20 to 30 to 40 degrees Celsius on temps. It wasn't for 2 extra frames. It could be for 200 megahertz in clock speed. How are you talking about all this stuff? Would you like, what? If your phone has 64 gigs of RAM, why does it matter if you have a few extra apps? You don't store apps in your RAM. RAM is random access memory. It's not long-term storage. That's going to happen on a solid-state drive, on your internal drive on your phone. It has nothing to do with RAM. Also, I don't know any phone that has 64 gigs of RAM in it. Oh, 64 gigs of storage. Okay. Also, you can just not like to have the icons and shit on your phone. Like, I mean, I could theoretically install 30 programs in my computer and then just delete the icons, but I just don't want them there. Is that like a bad... I don't know, my dude. It sounds like you're saying a lot of retarded shit. Destin, you're wrong about not showing ID. I tried to do that same shit walking around my block, and basically if you don't show it, then they say, okay, I believe you're loitering, so you're committing a crime. What? You don't have to show your ID to a fucking cop for no reason. They can't just bust you for fucking loitering for no... What does that even mean? There's no way. He was probably just bullying you into giving your ID. If a cop walks up to you and says, show me your ID, and you say no, and he tries to arrest you on charges of loitering, there's no fucking way that'll hold up. It refers specifically to a militia? Are you talking about Second Amendment rights here? Because the Supreme Court disagrees with you. I don't know who you are. Maybe you're the next Supreme Court Chief Justice or whatever, but... I agree with you a lot, but I think you have some misconceptions about the intent of the founders and the wordings of specific amendments and clauses, specifically how you don't know about how the Interstate Commerce Clause used to justify everything. Welcome, dude, to the fucking internet. Every single person here says that the Interstate Commerce Clause is used to justify anything. What does it have to do with about the founding fathers' intent for immigration? I don't think you... Literally 3/4 of the nation has to vote to agree to a new amendment? Is that actually true? We do a popular vote on amendments? I thought that happened in Congress. Okay, never mind. I don't want to talk to you anymore. In Illinois, you're mandated by law to give your ID if you have it. Is that actually true? Hold on. Let me check. Following question was submitted to John Rosca, an attorney/writer whose weekly newspaper column, The Law Q&A, runs on it. Is there a law that requires you to carry any kind of ID if you have it with you? If I carry an ID, do I have to show it to the police if they ask for it? If I don't have an ID, can I refuse it myself? There is no state of Illinois or domestic passport law. You cannot be forced to show an ID. You can be required to identify yourself only if the police reasonably suspect that you are in the process of committing a crime or have committed a crime, and you're in a public place, the police think you are a part of a crime, and the police tell you that they are the police. The police can suspect you of any crime. The crime could be past, present, or future offense. Once the police identify themselves, they can stop and question any person in a public place that they suspect is involved in a crime. If you're not under arrest, all questioning should occur in the general area where you were stopped and should be for a reasonable amount of time. The police can ask for the following: your name, your address, a reason for your actions. You only have to give your name. You can then remain silent, ask for your lawyer, or provide more information to show an ID. But this is only if they accuse you of a crime, right? You don't... Let me come the fuck on. I need to grill you about your cop shit. All right, go. Get in Discord. Go ahead and let's go through my time. Go for it. Aslan! So maybe you just spurred on me a little too hard when I was right on some things. That's what I mean, you get too heated. Wait, what? Almost everything I read in your logs was fucking retarded. What are you talking about? What? Whoa. Wait, what? Oh, do they like just... change this page? If that one guy wants to talk about the police shit, I'm waiting. He just needs to join a voice chat in. I don't think this is really relevant. All right, buddy, what's up?
Not a whole lot. How you doing?
Pretty good. What are you? Who are you? What's our background?
I'm just a guy who lives in the state.
All right, what's up? Hey, wait, in my state? What state is the state?
I live in California.
Oh, okay. Well, what's up, my dude?
So I have a little bit of an issue with some of the stuff you're saying in regards to police. Like my understanding is that regardless of whether or not what a cop is asking you to do is legal or illegal, you are compelled to comply because they are the police. I mean, like if they're asking you to rob a bank, clearly, or do anything that's like super like out there, but you're
Why would
like,
I be
let's say
compelled to
cop
do what a
asks you
cop?
for your ID.
Why would I be compelled to do what a cop asks me to do? He doesn't have power over me.
This is going to be difficult to explain, but I mean, like, so when you say like they have the reasonable expectation for you to do something, like if they say, oh, well, we pulled you over because you were speeding, or because your tail light is out, or we're stopping you on the street right now because you're loitering, or we want to see your ID, or we believe you're a suspect in a crime.
Yeah.
That all sounds very vague to me, or not.
No. That's not vague at all. If a police officer pulls you over for speeding or accuses you of loitering or committing any sort of crime, then at that point you can consider yourself detained and the cop can request ID for sure.
Let me rephrase that. So if let's say I'm walking around a mall or something, right? And the cop says like, yo, let me see your ID. Like, and they say, we believe you to be loitering. And like, I furnish my ID. They could basically give you any reason, right? Like that's not.
Well, they could, but if you think that reasoning is bullshit, maybe you could take them to court later. But they at least should have to give that reasoning. But I don't think most police officers will do that. I think most of them will just fuck off. If an officer walks up to you and is like, I want to see your ID, and you're like, dude, no, and he's like, okay, well, I think you're loitering. Like, no, fuck off. I mean, at that point, you would probably have to because they're accusing you of a crime. But like, I think you could file a complaint or do something, and the cop would probably get in trouble for doing that. Most of the videos that I've seen where people challenge the cops and shit like that, usually the cop ends up leaving unless they're like have committed a crime. I guess it's possible he could like try to make up a charge on the spot, but he still has to give that charge to ask for the ID legally.
That doesn't sound well. I mean, but either way, you would still have to supply your ID and then take it up with the magistrate at some other point, like
sure. But now he's made like an accusation of a crime or whatever. Like that's a different thing now. Like that, I can complain about that, right?
Well, yeah, you could, but ultimately it's still their word versus yours, right? Like, oh, I believe this person be loitering, or this person matches the description of something. Like, it still comes across as like very shaky logic to me, because it's like
hold on, no, wait, no, because this is like you're wrong on like a really fundamental level, okay? And it really bothers me that a lot of people miss this, okay? Police officers are here to facilitate the law, okay? If an officer exists somewhere, he's there to make sure that the public remains safe, that nobody's breaking the law. That's it. An officer doesn't have this inalienable right to walk around and ask people for their IDs. That's fundamentally bullshit, and it's very, very, very like un-American. That's not how that's supposed to work. We have the right to travel without people just stopping us and asking us for our IDs. That's bullshit. The idea that a cop can just walk over and now, realistically, maybe there are some ways that could play that out. But yeah, if a random cop like asks for your ID, you sure as hell could say fuck no, or what? Why am I accused of a crime or some shit? And at least make him like force him to like try to accuse you of some shit. Like there's a difference there. There's a fundamental difference between forcing him to accuse you of a crime versus just like, oh yes sir, yes master, here's my ID master, yes cop, please don't beat me up, please don't shoot me, please don't kill me. Like no, I totally disagree with you.
I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's fine to disagree, but the issue that I have is like, regardless of, is like an inalienable right for me to be able to walk around and not be harassed by cops. That doesn't mean that it doesn't still happen.
Sure, and it can happen. And honestly, depending on the cop and where I'm at, I would probably give my ID anyway, because I don't want to get, depending on where I'm at or with the fucking cop's mood, sure. But like, there's a difference between like pragmatically this might play out this way in certain situations versus like if a guy says no, I'm not going to give you an ID, like it should be his right to do so, right? Like if you're complying with police officers to show an ID for some reason, like that's on you. That's not like a requirement. And if you do say no or you do tell them to fuck off, they shouldn't be able to arrest you for that or tell you to stop or whatever, or make up some bullshit or whatever for no reason.
Let's say I'm fairly certain that in a lot of, or not a lot, but in some states, you're required to furnish ID.
I don't think you are.
Like in New York, for instance, when they were doing a lot of the Terry stops,
like
or,
the stop.
excuse me, stop and frisk.
Yeah, but I think they got rid of that. But sure. But what about it?
So in instances like that, if you're coming from out of state and you don't know what the law is, like they can still arrest you. Like if you're refusing to furnish ID.
I would have to. I don't think that law exists anymore. But I mean, yeah, it's your responsibility to look up the laws of the states that you visit. You should hopefully be familiar with some state laws if you're going somewhere. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's ultimately the only point that I had to make.
Okay. I don't think that the giving cops unlimited power to just like stop and ID anybody they want, I think that's bullshit. You should at least force them to make up a charge or make up a crime or something if that's what they have to do, and then that gives you more to complain about later too, if you decide to.
Yeah, but not everybody really has the means to go toe to toe with cops, right? Like if a cop stops me and asks me for my ID, I'm just going to give them my ID and then just move on with my day. Like, do I agree that that should be the case? No, absolutely not. But I mean, like, is it going to be worth the trouble for me to be stopped there for another half hour while this cop tells me like, yo, you were loitering, or yo, I thought I saw you jaywalking? And it's easier for me to just give them my ID.
Are you a black dude or?
Yes. Yes, I am.
So okay, listen up, dude. Okay, I'm gonna make you the destiny promise. Okay, if a cop stops you and you're genuinely walking nowhere and no bullshit is happening, and he just stops up and he asks you for your ID, okay, and you tell him no, and he makes up like a loitering charge or some bullshit, I'll give you $1,000 to pay for like a bullshit like traffic lawyer, whatever, like lawyer to like take that bullshit charge to court to try to get it thrown out or whatever, to get the cop in trouble. I will donate $1,000 to your legal fund if that happens. Because nothing is sadder to me. I'm not black, okay, so I can't necessarily empathize, and I'm very white. I'm half Cuban, but I look white and everything, right? But like the idea that you think it's okay for you to walk around as a black guy completely cucked in the country you live in is total bullshit to me. I don't think that just because you're black, you should accept that, well, cops are just going to walk up and harass me, and that's just part of my life. Like, you're an American just as much as any other white person is in the country, and you shouldn't accept a lower standard of treatment from law enforcement just because of the way you look. Like, those are your constitutional rights too, as of whenever the fucking 14th Amendment or whatever was passed. So, I think that's crazy that you would accept that. I think it's like really, if you get shot or killed or something, I'll donate $1,000 to your funeral if that happens too.
Jesus Christ. Well, though I do appreciate it.
What part of Cali? You don't live in like Oakland or some shit, do you?
No, I live in San Diego.
Okay, yeah, San Diego. Okay, so you probably won't get shot. Yeah. So yeah, like I just, that's like really sad to me that just because the last guy that I talked to was like the same thing. Like, if you're black, that you think that like, well, this is just how I have to live in America, and pragmatically in some places it is, but I think that shit should be fought against as much as possible, because the Constitution as of today impacts everybody equally in the U.S. Like, just because you're black doesn't mean you have to deal with cops stopping you everywhere and pulling you over and asking for your ID and shit for no reason.
Well, I mean, just there's of course the way that things should operate and how things actually do operate. Like, I was watching your stream yesterday, I believe, and it was like the white dude who was walking around with a gun on his hip, and he was walking towards the cop car. And I was just like, Jesus, like this is the side of America that I see on YouTube and stuff that doesn't like. How would that cross the mind of any person like that? That would be all right. Like, you're walking up to a cop car with the gun holstered on your hip out in the open, and things just operate differently for different people in different parts of the U.S. I mean, like, I would never do that, and I would never encourage anybody else to do that. But like, some people it works, some people it doesn't, and that's just how life is.
Well, so you got to be. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and pragmatically, the way things play out can be different. But like, in terms of that's just the way life is, like that's a pretty sad way to kind of throw away some of your most important constitutional rights. You know?
I mean, the Constitution's not going to give a shit if I get shot by a cop in the street.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're depending on where you are, like, I'm not gonna tell you to like make quick movements and scare the fuck out of the cop and claim that it's. But in terms of something basic, like you get stopped for no reason and a cop is asking for your ID, like I think you should defend your rights there to not have to give it to him unless he charges you formally with a crime.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. I love you. Be careful.
Have a good one, dude.
If a cop ever stops you, okay, I'm serious. Okay, I will give you $1,000 towards a lawyer to try to fight. Usually, I know that traffic lawyers are pretty cheap. I don't know like a lawyer for something as basic as this would be expensive. But, like you really should fight that, okay? And then we'll stream it all and it'll be awesome, all right, buddy?
All right, sure thing, man.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good luck, dude.
KS14 here. We're here with Warren. Hey Warren, what are we doing today?
Just go out and exercise a right with a rifle today.
Right on. Want to tell them a little bit about your YouTube page?
Just for educational purpose and also find professional, respectful, and constitutional officers in the state of Oregon. And make sure we still keep our rights here pure and simple.
Right on. What's your channel called?
Mark Guardian. Officers, I'm audio recording. Audio recording.
I'm audio recording as well.
Recording.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir?
Hey,
Howdy.
can I see your IDs?
No, sir.
No. Why not?
You guys don't have to. I'm not doing any crime.
Okay. Any particular reason why you're carrying the AR especially around at this point?
I'm just exercising my
I
right.
understand that, but is there a reason why you're doing it?
I just want to walk around.
Of course.